Shonique! That is your real name?
It is.
Okay, what drew you to the University of Michigan?
Well, I started doing the Detroit area pre-college engineering program when I was in the 4th grade, and they had a feeder program into the Summer Engineering Academy for the College of Engineering, and so it was a series of residential programs that we would stay on North Campus in Bursley Hall for 4 weeks at a time, and I did those every summer up until the summer before my senior year, and then I was given a scholarship to come here, and so just seeing the campus every summer when I was not even in high school yet was pretty exciting. And then getting to meet more and more faculty as I went up the ranks was pretty exciting. And campus is really pretty, and there's a lot of opportunities here, so that's why I was drawn to Michigan.
When you first came to Michigan, did you join any clubs or groups to like get acquainted with people?
Yes. So a part of the application process for housing is you have the opportunity to apply for living learning communities. And so I applied to Women in Science and Engineering Residence Program, which is YSRP, and I was able to meet a lot of people through that. And I also joined the National Society of Black Engineers, which is called NSBE. And so we do a lot of community service and social activities through that. And those are my big ones. Those are my 2 big ones.
Was the school helpful in helping you pay for tuition?
Well, yes. I received the scholarship that I was telling you about through the Summer College Engineering Exposure Program. So that was my first source of help for money, but I'm also an out-of-state student, so that wasn't enough. I also was able to receive a couple grants and some loans, to be completely transparent. I got some loans and some work study, so I have a little bit of everything. So I work at Victor's Cafe and the Multicultural Engineering Programs Office to pay for books and other expenses.
Okay. What was your favorite class in college?
Favorite class? Let's see. There's not, okay, this is not even related to my major, but I took a creative writing class, English 223, and it was a really relaxed class. We got to write a lot of poetry, a lot of short pieces, a couple long form pieces, and that was a good class because I was able to kind of take a break from science and engineering and kind of use another part of my brain. I also liked philosophy 335, which was issues in bioethics. So that was pretty interesting for me wanting to go into medicine to be able to take that class and learn about some of the ethical issues that I might face as a doctor and as an engineer. So those are 2 of my favorites.
When you first came here, did you come with a set major or did you switch it a lot?
I came with a set major because I had to.
Oh, your scholarship.
With my scholarship from the College of Engineering, and not really wanting to do anything else in engineering. Biomedical, I kind of wavered between biomedical and chemical for a little bit, but then I found out chemical actually has very little chemistry in it. So I was biomedical from the start, and I'm biomedical now.
Can you tell us about the different class types? Like lectures versus labs versus smaller versus bigger.
Okay. Well, lectures, you get a couple. They're not all large lecture classes. So most classes have a lecture component and then a discussion or recitation component, and then others have labs associated with them. So sometimes you'll have a big lecture. If the class is really large, you usually have a discussion or recitation where you meet with a graduate student or a graduate student instructor, and you might go over practice problems, you might go over what you learned in lecture, and just kind of get more one-on-one attention, because there will only be about 20 or 25, or maybe 30 students in your discussion. Labs are just that, they're labs, they're hands-on. So if it's an anthropology class, you might have different bones to look at and compare, different specimens to look at and kind of measure. If it's a chemistry class, you'll do an experiments and like taking notes and doing lab reports and things like that. And let's see. A lot of times in engineering discussion classes, it's mostly practice problems and pretty much going over concepts. Lecture is just that, it's just lecturing with the professor coming to the lecture hall. Although some of my upper level engineering classes were much smaller lectures. And we just get the notes and
Okay. What's your overall reaction of your solution?
okay. I thought you were gonna ask my overall GPA. That was like personal. My overall, you know, my overall impression.
Yeah.
Or, it's a large undertaking, and at times it can be overwhelming. But I guess my biggest thing is that it's full of opportunities. There are a lot of different, pretty much any interest that you could have. The university has some form of addressing that interest. If you want to play bagpipes, there is a bagpipe group. They have over 1,100 student organizations on this campus. So, you can't say, I can't find any clubs to join because there are clubs. There's anything. I guarantee you'll find something. If you can't find anything for your very specific interest, it's really easy to start a club. If you want to play Quidditch, there's a Quidditch team. So I guess overwhelming in its opportunity, but that's a good thing because you have so much opportunity that you shouldn't miss out on anything you want to do. I can't say that there was something that I wish I had done that I hadn't done, just because there's so dense packed.
Do you have any advice, or can you describe your experience in 3 words at the university?
So advice in 3 words? Or
No,
describe my experience?
describe your experience.
Let's see. Difficult, rewarding, and exciting.
And do you have any advice for high schoolers hoping to come here?
Yes. Well, as far as when they get here, or as far as getting here?
I'll take it.
Take it as you will.
Okay. For high schoolers hoping to get in or thinking about applying to Michigan, I would say whatever part of your application that you're concerned about, don't let that be a hindrance to you actually applying. Because there are no number cutoffs or things like that. They really are looking at your application as a whole. You don't want to, if you think, I have a low SAT score, but I have all this great volunteering experience and all this great extracurricular activities, don't let your ACT score be the thing that says, oh, I can't apply to the university this year, I can't get in. Because if you do fall below in some areas, there are programs put in place to help you. So don't just go for it, at least try. For students, once they get to U of M, let's say, get your hands dirty, go for everything that you want. Don't overwhelm yourself. Try different things each semester. Don't join more than 3 student organizations at a time. Oh my gosh, I forgot to say that. Student boards. Anyway, I'm sorry. But yeah, get your hands dirty because there's a lot of things that you can really get involved with and really you can let your dreams kind of reflect. If you want to start a business, if you want to study abroad, if you want to help people, volunteer, there's tons of stuff you can do. So don't be afraid to try it.
What's the funniest moment of your years?
Funniest moment of my years. Oh man, that takes some time. It's like,
Just pick a good one.
okay. In any on campus,
I mean, just college overall, like your college living life.
I guess I don't have a story in particular, just like, I guess staying up all night with, I think engineering really bonds people together in that you pull a lot of all-nighters and you'll have people that are there pulling all-nighters with you, sleep deprived. Oh, okay, this isn't really funny, but
It's a good story.
So I pulled an all-nighter. I was really sick, and I shouldn't have done it. I pulled it. Don't fall. I'm sorry. It's not good for you. But I was already sick, and I pulled an all-nighter, and I had an exam the next day, and I missed it. My exam was from H9, and I woke up at 9:05. So you can imagine the terror that filled my heart when I woke up. So I sprinted to the lecture hall, and I was ready to cry and get on my knees and beg them to let me take a makeup exam, just pour out my heart. And so my professor let me cry and beg and scream, and then he said, "We're taking the second round of exams right now. Get a pencil." And I was like, "You should have just told me that. You did not have to let me be distraught and hurt and thinking I was going to fail this class." So, moral of the story is just don't fall on it. It's just not a good idea.
Okay, this is the last question. If you could do it all over again, would you?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would. I mean, obviously there are easier schools that I could have gone to. Probably have a higher GPA. Probably be a little less debt. But I mean, I think once you make a choice to go to a school and you kind of wonder like, you know, would I have been happier at, you know, Brown, or would I have been happier at Howard or wherever? You don't know whether you would have been happier there. So all you know is that like you're happy here, you're happy with the experiences that you've done, experiences that you had a good time, you met some awesome people. So it's like, why I can't really think of an alternate reality because this is the one that I had. I'm happy with it, so why do I want it? So yeah, I do.
Awesome. Thank you,
Well,
Shonique.